The Adventures of Man Sponge and Boy Patrick in E.V.I.L. versus the I.J.L.S.A. Chapter 4 The Dark Side. Man Ray poked his head out of the window, an evil grin forming on his face. "Did someone say evil?" "I did," Barnacle Man answered. "As in, sign me up."
"Holy oil spill! It's Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's arch enemies! Man Ray and the Dirty Bubble!"
SpongeBob exclaimed. "Not so fast," said Man Ray. "The last time I checked, we were enemies."
"Arch enemies,"
SpongeBob corrected him. "Quite right, arch enemies," Man Ray agreed. "So why should we let you join us?" "Well, he doesn't eat much," Squidward said dryly. "Just a pipsqueak patty every now and then." I've had about enough of your lip, mister," Barnacle Man growled at Squidward. "Ooh, he's feisty. I say we take him," said the Dirty Bubble. "You may be right, my filthy friend," Man Ray replied. "He might be a welcome addition to our plan for world domination, since the last plan didn't go so well." Man Ray remembered the last time their efforts to rule the world failed. At long last, Man Ray and the Dirty Bubble had Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy in their clutches. The two heroic do-gooders were tied back to back. Above them loomed a mysterious contraption built of bowling pins, vacuum cleaner hoses, old shoes, rusty pipes, and various other odds and ends, casting a menacing shadow over the super duo. "World domination, here we come," said Man Ray. "I can't wait," the Dirty Bubble replied. "I'm absolutely exhausted. Who knew mayhem could be so tiring? As soon as we rule the world, I am going on vacation." "I hear the Indian Ocean is lovely this time of year," Man Ray suggested. "Really? I was thinking the Bay of Biscay." "Sorry to interrupt," Mermaid Man cut in, but you're forgetting the one thing standing between you and your vacation." "The rainy season? Oh, you're right. Last year the Atomic Flounder and I went to the Caribbean in the middle of July and almost got washed away." "Oh, never again," the Dirty Bubble exclaimed. "Not the rainy season? Us!" Mermaid Man cried. "You'll have to go through us." "Yeah," Barnacle Boy seconded. He glanced up at the bizarre device that hung over them. "So your wicked plan is to junk us into submission?" "Junk? This isn't junk. What you see above you is a masterpiece," Man Ray declared. "A brilliant display of criminal genius." "That's right," said the Dirty Bubble. How does it work again?" he asked Man Ray. "Simple. I turn this crank here, which draws back the boot, which kicks the pipe, which rattles the cage, which knocks the pin that loosens the net, which drops from the hook and falls on the clam that chews through the rope." As Man Ray's explanation went on and on, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy tried to think of a way out. In an effort to free himself from the ropes around his arms, Barnacle Boy accidentally elbowed Mermaid Man in the side, which caused him to shout out in pain. This then reminded him that a shout was all it would take to free them both. "Sea creatures, unite!" he cried out. The ocean rippled all around them. Man Ray was almost finished explaining his machine when a mass of fish, dolphins, clams, and seahorses swam toward them. The sea creatures nibbled through Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's ropes, freeing them. "Thank you, friends," said Mermaid Man. "Now, how do you like a closer look at a masterpiece?" Following his command, the sea creatures turned to Man Ray's machine. They bumped and butted it with their bodies until it was nothing more than a pile of rubble. "No!" Man Ray shouted. "Foiled again!" cried the Dirty Bubble in defeat. Returning from his reverie, Man Ray concluded, "And we would have won if you could have controlled your limbs, Barnacle Man." "All the more reason to have him on our side," the Dirty Bubble reminded his partner. "Agreed. Welcome to Team E.V.I.L/Evil, Barnacle Man," said Man Ray. Barnacle Man hopped into the villain's boat and sneered at Merman Man. "Nighty-night, you old coot." He slammed the door and the boat sped off. "Nighty-night," Merman Man replied. Will you tuck me in?" he asked SpongeBob. Unfortunately, SpongeBob was too stunned to reply. The world's most famous crime-fighting team had just split up. It was too awful for words. Then things went from bad to worse. "I'm joining the dark side too," Patrick announced. "Take that, man, Sponge." He walked across the room and stood on the dark side of the restaurant. 5 seconds later, "It's dark over there," Patrick whined. "Anyone got a light?" Score sighed in exasperation. "The villains left already, Patrick. It's too late to join them." "Oh, right, I knew that." Patrick looked sheepish. He came back to the lit side of the restaurant and stood next to Mr. Krabs. Moments later, a voice rang out. "We interrupt your bleak and meaningless lives for the special news break." Stay tuned for Chapter 5 coming up soon.